Now, I heard you discuss earlier that you were, I think you posted an article about it somewhere where North Dakota no longer exists. Yeah, and that's good news. That's good news for me because I'm in Regina, Saskatchewan right now. I will be going to South Dakota tomorrow.
Right.
So that my trip has just become a lot shorter.
Well,
according to
Landrieu is her name, I think, out of Louisiana.
According to Senator Mary Landrieu, she's a Democrat from Louisiana. Now, I've been wondering, when we look at the responses people are getting, people are calling and emailing their representatives saying, "What are you guys going to do about the birth certificate?" And a lot of what they're hearing is crickets. Yeah. But sometimes they are getting responses, and a lot of the responses are negative. Some are positive. I mean, this game isn't over yet.
No.
But a lot of them are negative, and a lot of them are completely based on ignorance and fallacious arguments. And I'm wondering. Now, I put this together here in my mind earlier today. Do the senators lack the intelligence, Carl, required to comprehend Obama birth certificate issue?
Right.
I mean, is that what's going on here? I mean, with Marco Rubio resembling more of an imbecile than a statesman and others promising cooperation with Mike Zulo and yourself,
right,
only to revert to cowardice and childish antics, is there any wonder why the stupid people won the election? I mean, Breitbart reported earlier that while attempting to attack an amendment to the Gang of Eight immigration bill that would require a fence be built along Mexico's border with the U.S. before legalization, Senator Mary Landrieu, Democrat, Louisiana, made a significant geographical gaffe.
Yep.
Landrieu, who represents Louisiana in the U.S. Senate, was trying to undermine the amendment. Senator John Thune, I think his name, he's a Republican from South Dakota, offered. Okay, so the guy from South Dakota, he says, "Look, there's a problem here," and then she says, "Well, what does he know? He only borders with Canada."
Right.
You know, Canada is our friend, right?
Right. Yeah. She just completely did away with.
Good news. That's good news for me because that means that now you would have thought that there'd be a bunch of YouTube videos up of whatever power, whatever alien force lifted North Dakota off the planet, wouldn't you?
Yeah, North Dakota's just gone. But you can't hold that against Mary Landrieu. She's from Louisiana, and I mean, after all, South Dakota, that's across the Pacific. I mean, how could she? How could she know exactly where the border was? I mean, it's close enough. It's close enough.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But Carl, on election night 2012, I heard the whole thing. I was in Quebec. I heard the whole thing on WEBY, and I heard WEBY's outstanding coverage of it.
Yeah.
And when all appeared lost, radio host Mancow, he came on the radio and he summed it all up with one sentence. He said, "This is what he said. He said, the stupid people have won."
Yeah, the stupid people have won.
I mean, come on. You don't know that South Dakota, you still have another state to go before you hit Canada?
Right. Well, I know.
These people. I don't think these people have the smarts to understand the birth certificate problem. I just don't.
I was going to say, Mike, I think you've made the connection. They don't have the smarts. I'm telling you. I've been dealing with my own congressman right here on the Gulf Coast for years. The man looks at you with glassed over eyes. He doesn't, in my humble opinion, he doesn't have the intelligence to wrap his mind around it. He doesn't. Yeah. And regardless of the evidence put before him. And of course, you and I, we have been challenging people now for many, many months. Look, if you think we're nuts, prove us wrong. And of course, now we know that somebody, Reed Hayes out in Hawaii, took Mike Zulo up on our challenge. Reed Hayes being one of the nation's premier document examiners. Now he has filed a 40-page report saying that we were right all along. And then we find out that he has done work for Obama's law firm, who was defending Obama's birth, and now Reed Hayes, one of Obama's experts, has turned on him, and now he's a birther. I mean, that's how
they can't. That's just beyond the realm of that's just beyond the realm of comprehension for these people. How does one of their own turn on them? But listen,
it's because of facts.
Speaking of making connections, brother, you and I have got to talk about Syria now.
Well, let's take a break and then let's do it in the last segment, okay?
You bet. Let's do it.
Okay, folks, we're going to talk about Syria, what's happening in the world, biblical prophecy, unfolding right before our eyes. Mike Shoesmith. Nobody's better able to handle that than Mike Shoesmith, the executive director of the P.P. Simmons News and Ministry channels. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Freedom Friday with Carl Gallups. You're going to hear stuff here you will not hear anywhere else. Don't touch that radio dial. We'll be right back.